Happy Multichrome Monday. If this is your first time here to my channel, this is a series I do where I talk about different multichrome eyeshadows from all different kinds of brands. I do swatches, swatch comparisons, tutorials, and everything and anything that has to do with multichromes. And in today's video, I'm going to be featuring the Shellwe makeup multichrome eyeshadows. There are 7 that I have here. They did send these to me, so thank you so much for sending these over for me to try out. There's also an eyeshadow primer that you can use with these. I think this one is not meant to be for like matte eyeshadows. This is definitely more like a NYX glitter primer or the Fahrenheit Pixie Epoxy, and here's what the applicator looks like. It's definitely not something that I would ever expect for an eyeshadow primer. Now these multichromes do originally come in a little compact and you can just pop them out. They have a little dent here that you can just pop them out and you can see the magnet in there and the names are on the back. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to repurpose the sticker on the back, but I just kind of made my own because I just think it's so much easier for storage for me personally to be able to put them in an empty palette. So let's get right into the 3 looks, and then at the end of the video, I'll give you some of my thoughts. First, I want to talk about the primer. I'm not really sure about this applicator. I guess if you're doing a lot of wings and you want to use this to put down before putting on a multi-chrome or any kind of shadow, definitely handy for that. But otherwise, it's just really long, thin, and flimsy, and it doesn't cover a lot of area, so I did have to go in with my finger and just sweep it over. You could also try to apply this onto a brush and then onto your lid, but I just feel like that's a lot of work, and I think I prefer my Fair & Pixie epoxy, honestly, especially with these kinds of super finely milled silky multi-chromes. I will have to keep testing it out, but so far I'm not really too impressed with it. So let's talk about the multi-chrome eyeshadows. So as you could see from kind of the swatches and the way they look on the lid, these are definitely the types of jeweled multi-chromes that don't really have a very heavy black base. There's definitely been some indie brands at this point that have launched shadows that are like this, where they have just a little bit of a grayish base, but they're definitely much more user-friendly, and they don't always look too smoky, which is awesome. I'm starting to really prefer these kinds of jeweled multi-chromes to some of the kind of older original black base multi-chromes that really have a darker base, where if you blend them out, where you risk revealing the dark base when you're blending it out. Of course, the only shadow out of the 7 here, which is Black Magic, which is what I have on the lid right now for this third look, that one is obviously black and has a really dark base to it. It is, again, just a more satin finish. I really feel like no matter how I applied it on the lid, because I did try their primer on this side, I just feel like it looks even more satin. Like, it's swatches and it looks pretty promising. But this shade I have from other brands and they always seem to be satin. The most kind of shiny one I have is from Karla Cosmetics, and that is a loose pigment. So I almost wonder if it has something to do with it being a loose pigment versus a pressed shadow. And also this one is very smooth. So overall, I think that this shadow is kind of like you only need one of them and then you're kind of all set. Definitely perfect shadow for October. Perfect for a vampire look. And then of course these other shades will really depend on the kinds of colors you like to wear on your lid. I feel like this shade Moon Village, which I use in the first or second look, this one is just like a really beautiful, great, almost neutral leaning type of multi-chrome that you can pair with some neutral mattes for like everyday looks, but you could also smoke it out if you really wanted to. And then of course we've got the staples, green, pink, purple, and blue, and these are all super silky smooth. They are very metallic, however they're not like the most metallic multi-chromes that I own. If you're interested in this brand, I do have a video, I think it's actually 2 videos up previously with this brand featuring some of their other eyeshadows. It was their liquid eyeshadows, their chrome gels, as well as a highlighter palette, so I will link those videos down in the description box in case you're interested. But that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much indie makeup, lots and lots of multi-chromes uploading my channel, and much more to come. You don't want to miss out, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.